Hey guys, back with another Maplestory M video here. This time, first Gloom clear, new boss, new rewards, new ring, new medal, insane. Gloom was such an interesting boss because it wasn't just the mechanics, but just the rewards is what really got everyone excited. I think this was the most teams that I've seen clear on the day of in NA, in Scania, in Inosis, because of the rewards and kind of also how easy, how clearable it was with the current meta. And so once we figured it out, this is our second round of buffs. I think this is probably like our third or fourth attempt. And I guess the biggest issue for us was never DPS. We knew that we were going to clear, as long as we survived these phases right here. This black phase is sort of called the petrify phase. You can see ads are on the ground, mobs are on the ground, and we're getting hit, we're getting stunned, we're getting disoriented, everything, right? And we had trouble with this, getting through that phase alive. And so there were quite a bit of things that we learned individually and as a team to sort of make it clear it. And I don't think we have a real great grasp on mechanics and the best way to do it. And I think just because we were just trying to get the clear, it wasn't necessary for us to be super in-depth on the mechanics and what everything is doing. So the main thing is that when the eye is open, you can see the eye in the middle is open. That is when we were going to quote unquote do maximum 100% damage. And when the eye is covered, you'll see in a little bit here, that's the sort of get out of the middle. You see it's kind of sucking everybody into the middle. So we're all trying to get in the corner. And then right there, you see in the eye in the middle, it's covered by its arms or legs or whatever that is, the tentacles. So that is when it's not going to do maximum DPS. And I think it's maybe invulnerable this phase too as well. I'm not too sure. But this is where the black petrify phase is. The mobs or ads are coming out. And we just have to survive. So one of the things that we allowed us to clear this, and this is usually the hardest part, was clearing those mobs and those ads, was we did a good job of kiting. I think at first we just tried to not die there. Oh, I died. But one of the things that we tried to do at first was just stand in the corner and try to sort of tank all the ads and mobs, and that wasn't the best strategy. What we found was the best strategy was we started to kite the ads, kite the mobs, and let them kind of follow us as we tried to cleave them down, or allow the team to cleave them down, and we just tried to avoid getting stunned and disoriented and things like that. So that is something like you'll see here, that once this black phase comes, people are sort of all over the place. They are in the corner a bit because we have benediction down, but I'm trying to kite as much as possible. People are all over the place just trying to avoid as much damage as possible, and then we clear the mobs, and then we're good to go here. And then it's sort of a rinse and repeat. So the nice part is there's no real necessary rotation. It's just pure chaos, just dodge stuff from the ground, the tornadoes coming up, the balls coming from the top, sort of a Magnus. Magnus paired with Empress, paired with a lot of different things, with the blink up as well. So also kind of reminds you a little bit of Lotus. So there's a lot of combination of things, just chaos that you kind of have to get used to. But for the most part, you see 4 minutes in, we're already at 60% left. So we're in a good spot here. And it's just rinse and repeat. And the main thing is kind of our biggest issue is why we have so many lives is that we only have one single res and one bishop res. So we really had to be careful on when we use that bishop res. And so we sacrificed taking lives instead of using bishop reses. And it kind of helped us out in the end, where we did have quite a bit of a mass wipe of like 5+ people, where the bishop res came in clutch and allowed us to clear. So I think we all die here. I think I die here. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. So, and this is where we used the bishop res, saved us, and we're just pushing forward here. And so you see, it seems a little, our team picked it up very quickly. Some other teams had a harder time. I think the biggest part is just HP is still an issue. Just how hard the mobs hit, how hard everything hits. You know, there's just more room for error when you have more HP. People got kind of caught in a bad spot here. But for the most part, it's sort of rinse and repeat. Like, the more HP you have, you can tank some of these attacks. You can tank these mobs, these ads better. And you just got to get used to it. And I think once we got used to it, it's kind of smooth sailing. So moving forward, this is our main will team. I think that since the ring drops on the first clear, it feels like, for me, there's no real necessary value to like clear every day. Like, I can sacrifice my clear runs to allow other people to get the ring, to get the medal, and make that progress, since it's 100% guaranteed, which is unheard of for Maplestory Mobile. That's like a KMSM thing. So that is pretty insane that they did that. We thought it was a bug, but it doesn't seem to be patched currently, so we'll take it. I mean, 5% ignore me defense. You get the pitch set as well, so you're going to get more cap, more stats. So, and the party EXP medal has no expiration date, is huge. So we're going to try and get as many people clears as possible, at least that first clear, because there's like, you get stigma stones and chaos stones and chance of primal and stuff like that with every clear, but it's not as like impactful as like even clearing Damien or Lotus. It's just not as many resources. So that's definitely what the future plans are, and I think a lot of people are doing the same thing, but I was able to finish on second, just barely beating Primo there. And you'll see here the drops, the shards. I think I got 16 stigma crystals there. But yeah, that was it. I'll talk about it more in the podcast, kind of how I think it ranks compared to other bosses at difficulty. This was sort of expected from what we've heard from KMSM, that this was going to be sort of on easier than Will, and pretty sweet. Pretty insane that we actually got the ring right away. I was worried that we'd have to get more primals, more resources, more things like that just to get the ring. But you can see right here, first time clear. And no mag soul though. No mag shards, which is interesting, but yeah, we'll take a look at this in a bit. You'll see the stats here. It's 5% ignore me defense on the ring. And it's mythic, so you can get the legendary pot potential as well. Part of the pitch set, and then the party XP ring. So easy swap right there. And for me, it's 800k. Now I got defense ignore rate above 41%, and then the cap is above 65 mil. So we'll take that. That's pretty sweet. Shout out to all the teams that I've cleared. Congrats to our team as well. Good job, everybody. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.